So I just got the new Haven in the mail the other day. This is the Haven XL, and I've yet to set it up. I sort of wanted to get a record of the size that apparently they can at least get it in the factory. Whether or not I'll ever be able to get it this small again remains to be seen. Plus, I don't really know if I'll use the tarp all the time or bring my own tarp. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that. And anyway, this is what it looks like. I've got some weights here. I still had the tags on it when I weighed it, so let's not forget that. Those, who knows how much those weigh. But the came in at 7.95 pounds, so basically 8 pounds. That's 3608 grams and 127.25 ounces. So lightweight it is not. That's kind of a lot for a one-man show. But my hammock, my tarp, and at least an underquilt, would that be in the same ballpark? I'm honestly not sure. I've never really weighed that particular scenario. But anyway, so here she is, out of the box. I'll get this strung up and we'll see what happens. This tarp. Poles. This must be it. Okay. That's that. Alright, so it would seem that the straps that come with it are sufficiently short that they won't fit where I hang in my backyard, which might be, I think it's a 15 or so foot gap. So we're just gonna swap them out for other straps, I guess. I guess I don't even need to take those down. And how are we gonna connect this? That seems like the instructions say something like, don't hang it too high. You know, the standard, I think they say 2 feet or something like that. They even say pull it tight, which is interesting. Again, I don't know if this is super recommended, but that's what I'm doing today. Until I come up with plan B. I was thinking of making some new UCRs for this. I simply haven't. Now, I believe it says put in the spreader bars next. So there's those guys. They feel like they're aluminum, pretty sturdy. And one zipper. There are pockets in here for the spreader bar. They are, in fact, the same length, same diameter. Doesn't seem like you can do it wrong at this point. So put up that pocket, stuff her in, come over to this side, do the same. Now this is feeling a little trickier than maybe I thought it would be. Yeah, this is a little bit tricky. I'm sure with a little bit of practice this will get easier. Alright. Starting to take shape a little bit. Construction looks pretty good. I don't see anything super obvious at the moment. It's got this webbing that is the structure, goes down. That's the catenary you see there. And then there's a webbing ridge line across the top. And here's a little vent here. It's got some toggles in the corners. Again, stitching all looks good so far. Yep. Yeah, there's a... It's hard to say what's going on here. There's maybe a raw edge here coming out of this boot. Looks like maybe it was stuffed up in this heat shrink. Some of these raw edges. That's look a little dodgy maybe. I'm sure it'll be alright. It'll be under the tarp anyway. Maybe not 100% bug proof. Let me go look at that on the other side again. Yeah, on this side I think they got it in the heat shrink a little better. Still see a raw edge or two popping out. Yeah, okay. Now on to this guy. This is the Insulated Pad XL. Let's see. I believe you use the bag itself to fill it. Over there. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Let's throw that in here and get started. What I eventually figured out on this bag is if you just have it open and blow into it from back here, hi doggy, it goes pretty well. Better than trying to put your face in it. Then before you know it, it's blown up. I'm gonna put the cap in it there. Maybe I can get the cap in it. It seems to have a check valve, so it stays pretty. Hi, honey. Pretty good. There's a storage sack there. There's one in each corner here. Another one at the head in each corner. Yeah. What I think I'm going to do, I'll just climb in it. Well, I will gingerly sit down. Let's see what happens when we do that. Shall we, doggy? Well, that's right. There's corners to tuck it under in here. So you know that it's in where it belongs. There she goes. That is as advertised. Yep, you can see that arch in the road bed there. Oops, sorry, honey. Did I get you? Did I get you? Let's sit down and see what it does. Well, mostly do my marlin spikes hold. What was that sound, doggy? Well, that was the end of it ripping out. So yeah, as you can see right here, the end of it just all sort of blew out. I didn't even have my weight in the hammock yet. I don't know if that is coming through very well. The Osmo might not be the best deal for that, the best camera for recording this, but we'll try to get it. Anyway, that just blew out. That's not great. That's not a great start. I suspect something similar is going to happen here. Yeah. So I still haven't put all my weight in it. I'm gonna string this up a little tighter, see what happens. So here we go again. We will attempt to sit down in her. I still think that these ends are a little bit wonky. That was sewn up too tight or something. We'll gingerly sit down in here again. Hold on, doggy. Yeah, I know it. What is it, honey? Come here. Come here. What are you doing? What is it? Well, let's see. All right, so I got the head end a little low right now. That might be a problem. Well, let's see. Then we'll zip all the way around. Well, that's tight. That is tight. Well, it's long. It's really long. It's not bad though. Feet feel a little high right now. So here she is at long last. Boy, for some reason, getting that tarp on there just boggled my mind for a minute. That crazy buttonhole thing they got going on. I don't know if you can see that very well. But I was trying to slide this around it instead of like down it. I don't know. Anyway, I got it eventually. Inside, got these little pockets to hold the mattress in, whatever the hell that thing is, air pad. And you've got this pretty big pouch, a little more cell phone size pouch, and then a decent size fit your glasses in there pouch. One thing I can tell you I don't love already is that it's a one-way zipper on this bug net. So if you're down here at the head end to zip it up, you got to take it all the way to the foot. There isn't a two-way zipper on that. That's kind of a pain in the ass right out of the gate. The tarp is small, but it's per their design. I get where he was going with that, so I can live with that. I'll probably use a different tarp. And yeah, again, straps are a little short, but I think I was just pretty used to a nice big 15-20 foot hang, and this is probably more of a 10-12 foot hammock. So yeah, there's that. Bug net quality, I've seen there's a lot of sort of quality escapes in this dude. You probably can't see it in any of this, but there's a lot of raw edges poking out from underneath the tape, the zipper tape. There's some puckering where they missed stitches in here a little bit, and around this corner they're missing. There's some blob of I don't know what there. I gotta believe this is probably the first production run of the XLs, and maybe they're gonna need some feedback and get it dialed in a little bit. Again, where this sort of blew out on me pretty badly. You can see that tear up. Maybe you can see it, I don't know. Anyway, it's a pretty big hole in there, and it's just, yeah, it's a little wonky up here at the tip. I may just make a cone of no-seam and plug the hole tape it down or glue it down somehow. But there, it's not uncomfortable, I'll give it that. It has the funniest, tiniest little bit of squeeze to it, maybe when you sort of sink into it. I don't really know how else to put it, but maybe I'll try to film myself sitting inside, and we'll see what it does. All right, so we will attempt to climb into here and flip that over. Sit in the middle. This is my. Oops. I did just let a little air out of this mattress. See how that goes. I will say it's not tippy feeling. Even though this is the XL. Geez, the sun. Like that's how I sleep. My elbows are just touching it. Clearly the non-XL would have been too narrow, and I'm not a big dude. I'm not tiny, but I'm average. Well, there's a lot of, yeah, their bug net is less than perfect. Let's just leave it at that. It's got a lot of little snags in it. It's kind of, there's some not perfect quality. The fabric right across here, right at the bar, is really taut, and it's got a. I assume that's by design. Bar feels good. This webbing that comes down through here, that is the structure of this thing. I mean, I gotta say, it is really comfortable. Really comfortable. More than long enough. You could definitely put a full-size pillow in here. I don't know, I've got no complaints about the way it rides. Haven't slept in it. Obviously, this is the first time getting in it. But it is not terrible. It is not terrible. It's pretty nice. These little pockets that's a bit of a reach. Ridgeline, like you got room in here. It's not claustrophobic at all. It's got some nice room. I don't know if I'll ever upgrade to carbon fiber tubes or bars, whatever you want to call these. Because again, I'm not carrying this thing anywhere except for a portage or something like that. I'm more of a canoe camper, if anything, car camper these days. So this thing is comfy. It feels really nice. I'll have to sleep in it tonight and see what I think about it after that. It'll be interesting also with the insulated pad to see how that goes without an underquilt or whatever. That's not something I'm familiar with. So yeah, that's it. That's sitting inside. That's that. These pockets, oops, there are similar on the other end as well. So, and you've got it's vented at the very top, I think. So there's a vent on each end as well. So yeah, again, there's a couple quality escapes in here, but yeah, I like it. I like it. So far, I like it. It's my initial impression. Another thing is the tarp itself. When you sort of look at that dude, I mean, she's not going to win any awards for quality. Looks like, you know, it took a couple tries for them to hit this arc here. On the inside of this end, I think. Oh yeah, on the outside. So they got these reinforcement patches on it. There's some stitches blowing through there. It's not terrible. It's not perfect. I mean, this is in the past I've made a lot of my own tarps. This is clearly mass-produced Chinese tarps. I'm not trying to bash them. I'm just, when you're used to sort of cottage industry quality, you get some mass-produced quality, you're just going to see some differences. And that's not, again, it just is what it is. It's not good or bad. Is it going to last? Is the function of it compromised? I don't believe so. Even though this is sort of blown out, the function of that is arguably compromised, but not structurally. I think, you know, that area isn't meant to keep out rain. It might struggle to keep out the bugs, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Right, so that is sort of what I'm thinking. You know, my initial impressions are I'm not disappointed. I know it's not perfect. It is what it is. Again, it's a mass-produced thing. This is probably the first production run of it, and that's where we're at with it. I'll probably contact the company and let them know what I've seen. I don't anticipate needing a refund or asking for an exchange. I can live with the faults as they are, because I think I can fix them if they prove to be problematic. So that's my 2 cents worth. That's the initial, just took it out of the box, look-see at the Haventent XL. So at this point I've got half a dozen nights in this thing. The first night I slept in it, I actually bailed. Got down to about 40 degrees and my back got cold after I got out and used the little boy's tree. And so I just went in the house, slept the rest of the night in the house. The other nights I've slept in it, I've gotten just a little bit chilled, but not bad enough to give up. And there's been nights, hi doggy, been nights that I was just fine in it. So really dialing in how to keep my back warm, or do I have too much air in it? Do I have not enough air in it? I got up once and put more air in it. So it just needs a little bit of dialing in to figure out what works and what doesn't work. But it is certainly comfortable. So I'm looking forward to more nights in it, getting it dialed in and figuring out what works and what doesn't. So anyway, that's the Haventent XL. And if you have any questions, shoot me a comment or whatever, and I'll try to answer them for you. Thanks for watching.